is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Rose Audu, and this is Africa Now. South Africa's ex-president Jacob Zuma on Thursday opened a criminal case against Chief State Prosecutor Billy Donner for allegedly leaking his current state of health to the media. This was his first public appearance since his release from prison on medical parole last month. Last month, Jacob Zuma's advocate, Dali Mpofu, explained the act prohibited Donner from providing legal documents to the media. He said Donner risks facing a 15-year sentence if found guilty. And now to politics, hundreds of people marched in several parts of the capital of Sudan and other cities on Thursday in protest against the prospect of military rule, as a crisis in the country's troubled transition from authoritarian rule deepened. A coalition of rebel groups and political parties have aligned themselves with the military, which has accused the civilian parties of mismanagement and monopolizing power, and they are seeking to dissolve the cabinet. Prime Minister Amjala Hamdok, in a statement on Thursday evening, said he saluted the protesters, saying the crowds have made their voices heard and delivered their message that there is no going back from the goals of the revolution. And in Libya's Prime Minister and several foreign powers on Thursday endorsed the holding of a national election on December 24 as envisaged in a UN-backed peace plan aimed at resolving years of turmoil and division. Speaking at the Libya Stabilization Conference in Tripoli, Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibah said it was possible to end the crisis that has engulfed the country since the NATO-backed uprising that toppled Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Elections have been viewed as a key step in efforts to end a decade of violence by creating a new political leadership whose legitimacy is widely accepted. The Malian government on Thursday said it had not officially asked any national or international organization to negotiate with Islamist insurgents on its behalf. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Religious Affairs said it had asked the High Islamic Council to open peace talks with leaders of Al-Qaeda's local affiliate in an effort to end a decade of conflict. Malian authorities have endorsed the idea of talks and have quietly backed local peace initiatives with the militants as security deteriorates and Islamist groups expand beyond their traditional strongholds. Hundreds of school children stormed parliament in the Democratic Republic of Congo, demanding higher salaries for their teachers who have been on strike since October 4. The teachers who have been on strike since the beginning of the school year are demanding a pay rise and a lower retirement age, among other issues. Leaders of religious groups who administer most primary schools have been accused by the government of being behind the strike. They denied this. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. Business stories and more when we return. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, South Africa's biggest metal workers union on Thursday accepted a 3-year wage offer in the steel and engineering sector, paving the way for an end to its ongoing strike. NUMSA, which is around 155,000 members in the sector, launched the strike early this month to press an 8% across-the-board wage rise from employers in the first year and inflation plus 2% for the second and third years. In a statement on Thursday, NUMSA said its deal with CFTSA was for workers on the lowest paid grades to get an annual 6% increase on scheduled rates of pay for all 3 years, while higher paid employees would get annual increases of between 5% and 5.5%. And moving away from business, Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on Thursday emphasized the need for civil debate and tolerance as Parliament works towards a vote on a controversial bill that would make it criminalize LGBTQ practices. Gay sex is already punishable with up to 3 years in jail in Ghana, where homophobic persecution is widespread. But the draft law would criminalize being LGBT+ or advocating for LGBT+ rights and impose longer sentences. The first reading of the bill took place in August, but it is not yet clear when it will be debated by lawmakers. The Republic of Benin Parliament has voted to legalize abortion in most circumstances, the Health Ministry said on Thursday. becoming one of only a handful of African countries to do so. Abortion was previously legal only in cases of rape or incest, if the mother's life was at risk, or if the unborn child had a particularly serious medical condition. The new law says abortion may be permitted if the pregnancy is likely to aggravate or cause a situation of material, educational, professional, or moral distress, incompatible with the interests of the woman or the unborn child. The new law still needs to be ratified by the Constitutional Court before it takes effect. Mobile operators in the Southern African Kingdom of Swatini have been told to suspend access to Facebook and its messenger app to curb anti-monarchy protests seeking domestic rule. Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku told the state broadcaster that the Facebook suspension was aimed at protecting Swazi's anger against King Swati III has been building for years. It broke out into the open during demonstrations in June and July, with the local authorities quashed with tear gas and water cannon, and another round of protests erupted in recent weeks. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.TOS Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Rose Audu, and many thanks for watching.